what I want to do is like I want to still work on like how I move around the map. I think like sometimes I have like really good games where I completely take over the map with Yoya, right? But I think like sometimes we just have brain lag or something. Like I'm not sure what happens, and then yeah, we just like get outplayed or something, right?
Hi everyone, it's Tom reporting from the LEC Spring Split 2022, and with me here is the support of Mad Lions. It's Kaiser, who just won their game against Astralis. A hard-fought victory, probably a bit harder than anybody thought it would have been for Mad Lions heading into the series. So Kaiser, you said on Twitter already, this wasn't the prettiest win. So can you tell me just a bit how you're walking away from this game?
I mean, we are definitely not too happy with how we played today. I think early game was like fine, I would say. Like we didn't really make too many mistakes, but I think like come mid game, like I think we didn't control mid lane, or like the vision in bot side too well, and I think we let them get off too many engages, and yeah, it was just like a bit of a mess, I would say, with how we played. I think maybe it was because we didn't really play this comp too much in scrims, right? I think some of our picks were just like really like in the moment, like for example Zillion or Aatrox, right? Like
Right.
we those champions are not really meta, right? But I think we thought they were good in the game, and yeah, I think if we piloted them better, I think this game would be over in like 25 minutes. But
Yeah.
I think we just didn't play too well as a team. I think yeah, then they found like some really good flanks, like really good TPs. But in the end, like our team comp was just way better, and we out team fought them.
Yeah, by the grace of Armut's, Aatrox, and Unforgiven's Jinx, you guys made it there in the end. But you talk about the team comps and not having practiced them as much. Did you mostly practice that Diana Yasuo combo then that we saw in week 1, which you guys kind of entered the LEC with guns blazing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We practiced it a lot because we just thought the combo was strong, right? And it fits our style of like playing around mid lane, playing engage, right? So it was really good for us. So yeah, I think teams identified that and like first banning Diana now, of course, because it's just too strong for us. And yeah, now we are gonna like branch out to different strategies in the upcoming weeks because we know that we are probably not gonna get Diana again unless the enemy team wants to lose, right? So yeah,
Right.
I think we'll see.
Right. Well, talking about setting up comps and working together as a team, obviously, Mad Lions has two new factors, new players in the roster in Reeker and Unforgiven. Especially Unforgiven is a very important part for you to play alongside. So, can you tell me a bit about how you guys have been working together to increase that synergy? Because he's a wildly different player from Karzi.
I mean, I wouldn't even say he's wildly different. I think he's like
Mm.
pretty aggressive as well. I think he's maybe a bit, like he definitely lacks experience. I think you can notice that sometimes in game that he doesn't play as aggressive as he maybe should be, or like he maybe is a bit too patient, right? But I think his farming is super insane. I think he's always like ahead in CS, right? His damage numbers are really crazy as well. So like I think he's playing super well right now. Like he's yeah, I think he can become a really insane AD carry. Like he already is really really good, right?
Yeah, he
But I
is
think
making a splash, definitely.
yeah, definitely. But I think we still have to work on a lot. Like our laning phase sometimes we can punish way harder, or we can maybe play weak side a bit better, right? I think we have to improve on that for sure. I think we have to improve on like some lane swapping, for example, or just like where to be on the map. I think that's our biggest problem
Right.
sometimes. And I feel like if we can work on that, and if we're like better as a team in general, because I think the last two games we didn't really play too well as a team. I think once we work on that, I think yeah, we will be really good, and Unforgiven, of course, as well.
Right. Well, you mentioned that aggression of him a bit. I think what we saw in week 1 as well, where you didn't have, you were caught out a few times, and were, I would say, didn't just didn't have the best games. Obviously, in team fights later, I think you redeemed yourself quite a bit, but I think in the laning phase especially, we're caught out a few times. Is that the type of aggression where you want to say, okay, this is where I need Unforgiven to help me out, where we can be a bit more aggressive, and now that I'm alone, I'm being caught out?
Mm, I don't think laning phase was. Did we? Did
Yeah,
something happen in
I
laning
think
phase
especially,
specific?
I don't remember the exact game, but I definitely remember you like walking up a bit too far and being caught out, and
I
then
mean,
dying.
yeah, I think that
Yeah.
was mostly mid game though. I think
Mm,
like early game maybe when I was warding or something. I think
right.
maybe I was playing too careless. Yeah, but I think those are mistakes that are like not like that Unforgiven has like nothing to do with. I think I
Okay.
was just being too aggressive, you know. Like
Right.
I like testing my limits in
Uh-huh.
competitive, right? And
Sure.
I think I think I can for sure turn it down. Like I think in the last 2 games, I think I didn't really die that much for no
Mm-hmm.
reason. I would say. I think my deaths were mostly good. I would say. I mean, there was like some games, for example, today we got towered off. Maybe we could have played it a bit better. Maybe we could have just left the tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we knew we were getting towered off. I think that there's for sure like something we can work on, right? That we just control our aggression maybe a bit
Mm-hmm.
and don't have like useless deaths, because I feel like a lot of our games come down to just like throwing maybe a bit. Like for example, we are super far ahead, or like our comp is just way better and we scale better, and then we just like take one random bad fight and we just throw the game from there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a big problem we have right now, but I think it's like something we can also easily fix, because it's just like yeah, just playing smart around waves and like playing smart around vision, right? And I think once we just have a talk about that, and like once we like look at some wards, like how other teams do it,
Mm-hmm.
then I think we should be able to fix that as well.
All right. Well, talking a bit more about your role in Mad Lions and Mad Lions as a whole, it's pretty crazy to think that you are the veteran on Mad Lions now, compared to when Mad Lions rebranded and entered the LEC. Obviously, you're the only standing member. You're the only one who's been there since the beginning. So compared to how you started, and if you look at yourself now, how have you changed, and how has your role changed within the team as you have transitioned and gone through different compositions as a team?
Mm, I don't think my role changed too much, I would say. I think I was always like the one who was calling the engagers, for example. I think that's what I was like best at from the start, and that's what I was also like like that's what I'm also doing right now, right? I'm just trying to find the engagers and like look for
Mm-hmm.
opportunities to break the game open, basically. I think Elyoya is like still doing most of the shot calling. I don't really have too much to say about that. Like sometimes I've bring in ideas, right? But I think it's mostly Elyoya doing like a lot of the shot calling. Like I
Mm-hmm.
try to help Unforgiven with maybe like laning phase and like where to be on the map, right? But I think that's something he also has to learn himself, right? Because he's like the carry, right? And yeah, I think. But we can for sure like work on it together, and yeah, maybe watch some VODs of like some top Asian bot lanes, right? I think for example Viper Mako or something, like I think
Yeah.
how they play, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think just watching some games and we can like for sure get better at that as well. But yeah, I think my role as in the team didn't really change over the time. I think is just mostly looking for the engages, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically it.
Yeah, well, pretty quickly, I think when you arrived, you you blossomed into one of the best supports in the LEC, and I think yeah, you're definitely still one of them here. So have you noticed still? Do you still notice on a daily basis that growth in yourself as you're playing the league now, or I don't want to see like have you flattened? Is this the peak? Is this the best Kaiser? But where do you still find that progress as well?
I mean, for sure. I don't think I'm playing that well right now. Like, I think
Yeah.
especially on a macro sense,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm not doing too well. I think I can do a lot more in comms. I think there's like so many things I have to still work on, right? I think like even the top players in the world, like they have so many things to work on. Like it's usually just like being good at like one or two things, and like being extremely good at those things that like make you a really good player, right? I think a lot of people just are like bad at something and like good at the others, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like what I want to do is like I want to still work on like how I move around the map. I think like sometimes I have like really good games where I completely take over the map with Yoya, right? But I think like sometimes we like just have brain lag or something. Like I'm not sure what happens, and then yeah, we just like get outplayed or something, right? And I feel like I need to work on that consistency way more. And if I can do that, and if I can be just like way smarter around the map and like how I communicate with my team, I think then I'll be like a much better version of myself. I think I have a lot to grow still.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining, Kaiser. We're going to be looking forward to see how you and Mad Lions are going to develop in this split. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you want to see more of this content, don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more content.